I'm not exaggerating when I say this issue's happened 1,000 times, 2,000 times in my relationship with Susan in the last 20 years, where the issue of how something is said versus the content of what is said is the main thing. And I'm always dealing with how it's said, and I don't, once something is said in a way where it's angry or something happens, I'm put in another space and I don't pay attention to the content. The tone of what's said matters, and I'm gone. And I know I do the same thing, but thousands of times this comes up where it's a whole other level of communicating that is not being attended to, and we're not meeting there. We're missing each other there. And so we can't get to the content and we can't get to the same vibe, and we're stuck. We're stuck, often stuck. Suggestions, please.
Well, what you're talking about is literally the central issue in all relationships. It's the central issue in political situations. I mean, it's a central issue of life, really, which is the tone or the music or the quality of energy that we're experiencing is going to decide whether we have a life that is meaningful, a life that has well-being, a life that has love, a life that has intimacy, or not. And the difficulty is that in your relationship / all of our relationships, one person's going to be most frequently the identified feeler, and the other person's going to be usually more intellectual. And the identified feeler is going to be more outrageous in the way they show angry feeling. And the identified intellectual is going to be analyzing it, thinking that they're not contracted as much as they are when they're analyzing the identified feeler. And so they might say, you know, I really can't talk to you unless you're going to give me a better vibe than that. Mm-hmm. Thinking that that's different than the vibe. And it requires going to a level of internally inquiring, is my heart open? Which the answer is clearly no at those times, almost always. And then the second level is, am I really interested in staying with my closed heart and seeing if I can find a more open heart? And furthermore, am I the kind of person that's going to ask my friends to reinforce the fact that my heart isn't open, not that my wife or husband's heart isn't open? So you're at a level of development where clearly you're looking at yourself and you're interested in looking at how can I possibly deal with the fact that I'm caught in this dilemma. And so it has to do with the relationship to yourself.